December 6, 1917. Halifax, Nova Scotia. A crisp, peaceful morning unfolds. Children make their way to school, their laughter echoing in the frosty air. Workers head towards the bustling harbour, a lifeline of the city. In the icy waters of the Narrows, a grim ballet is about to begin. The SS Mont Blanc, a French cargo ship laden with a terrifying secret, thousands of tons of high explosives destined for the war in Europe, is making its way into the harbour. On a collision course is the SS IMO, a Norwegian vessel en route to New York to pick up relief supplies for Belgium. On both decks, sailors watch with growing alarm. Shouted orders and frantic maneuvers come too late. The two steel giants scrape and grind against each other. It doesn't seem catastrophic at first, just a collision. But sparks fly, igniting benzol stored on the Mont Blanc's deck. A fire begins, an ominous plume of smoke rising into the winter sky. On shore, crowds gather to watch the spectacle, unaware they are witnessing the final moments of their world. At precisely 9:04:35 a.m., the Mont Blanc's cargo detonates. In an instant, Halifax is consumed by the largest man-made explosion the world had ever seen. A blinding white flash vaporizes the ship and the pier. A colossal fireball mushrooms into the sky, so intense it is seen from miles away. The blast wave moves at supersonic speed, leveling everything in its path for over 2 square kilometers. Buildings disintegrate into splinters. Windows shatter 50 miles away. A deafening roar follows the silence, a sound that would haunt survivors for the rest of their lives. The historic Richmond district, a vibrant working-class neighborhood, is simply erased from existence. What was once a city is now a hellscape of rubble and fire. A chilling, unnatural snow begins to fall, a mixture of ash, debris, and soot, coating the dead and the wounded in a grey shroud. Hospitals are instantly overwhelmed, themselves damaged and struggling to cope with a flood of mangled bodies and shattered lives. Thousands are dead, thousands more are blinded by flying glass, and tens of thousands are left homeless in the freezing cold. Amid the chaos, incredible stories of sacrifice emerge. Vince Coleman, a railway dispatcher, knows the explosion is imminent. Instead of running for his life, he stays at his post, tapping out a final, desperate telegram: "Hold up the train. Ammunition ship afire in harbour making for Pier 6 and will explode. Guess this will be my last message. Goodbye, boys." His warning saves a train carrying hundreds of passengers. A desperate mother digs through the wreckage of a school, searching for her children, her bare hands raw and bleeding. For many, the search would end in heartbreak. The Halifax explosion remained the largest man-made blast until the dawn of the atomic age. In the immediate aftermath, help poured in. Boston sent a relief train through a blizzard, forging a bond between the two cities that endures to this day. Every year, Halifax sends a magnificent Christmas tree to Boston as a symbol of eternal gratitude. But the horror of that December morning had one final, cruel twist. The sheer force of the explosion displaced the water in the harbour, creating a massive tsunami. A wave, towering over 18 meters high, crashed back into the devastated shoreline, sweeping away survivors, dragging wreckage and bodies out to sea, and adding a final, brutal chapter to a city's darkest day.